Let me get my lighting
Perfect.
system.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Go back, Jack. Do it again. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Harschetti.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Give me 1 second, bud.
Yeah, sure. Take
I'll
your
set
time.
up correctly and get my. What the hell? I just set my cell phone down. I'm just on the phone with Tommy Vina. Maybe we want to punch. I don't know if you got a way to punch out that we're live now. Let people know. I don't know if that's a possibility. I don't know if how your system works, but
Yeah, it is possible. I'll just punch them out. No worries.
live. I don't know. All right, let's see what I got. All right. Now, let me see if I can blow this up into a bigger screen. That would be great. There we go.
Okay, give it a try.
All right, Harsh.
I just punched everyone out, and we are actually live. So yes.
Okay, great, wonderful. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I do.
You too, man. I really nice talking to you. Like, you are a great guy who has a lot of experience in insurance, to be really honest. And as I see you are like a living legend right now who has a lot of connections in the insurance industry. And you
I really
exactly
do. That part, I've never burned any bridges. So the fun part about me is that I have this gift of being able to create relationships in the industry. If I don't have a match, I will deliver somebody to somebody that I know that they can mesh well together and build an organization. We want to help a lot of people. When I got into this industry, I got to tell you that I seen all the flash. I seen the cars, the nice suits, the watches, and I was doing this for the money. But when I changed my attitude about this and I started delivering value of what life insurance could do while somebody was still alive, hence using the cash value, interest earnings, tax-free retirement, things like that, and selling annuities at the highest level, millions and millions of dollars. And then being able to transition that from the death, also using the death benefit portion of that to put people in a position that they were safe today and tomorrow. And I was a believer in selling one policy for two people, meaning that if the owner of the policy had the ability to cash the policy in years down the line, if God forbid that the beneficiary died before them, that they had capital put away and they could pull it as a loan if they needed it necessarily. And then vice versa, the death benefit and then the contingents were able to have those policies also.
Yeah, that's actually a great thing, because once you are able to sell like one policy to like two different times, and it is more likely to be getting a larger chunk of revenue rather than getting it from a one single policy.
Absolutely. But the other strategy that I really created was I started hosting retirement seminars at workshops and libraries and restaurants, right? And this is like 12 years ago, before everybody started doing it today. And on a big level, I started learning about Social Security and the ability to use spousal benefits while they're living. And a lot of people didn't know that. Like recently, I sold a policy for $700 because if you look up spousal benefits, the difference between their spousal benefits in Social Security income is what they would receive, and they don't know that. So it's the difference between one half of an existing, whoever has the higher of the two, while they're still alive. And I sell policies based on spousal benefits like it's unbelievable, and it doesn't come out of their pocket. and you become the genius of who delivers on that in a manner of which you're able to look like a professional because you actually found money that they didn't know exists and sell larger premium policies by bringing the value. People sell policies today, Harsh, based upon today's market costs and prices, when they're not actually looking into the future of inflation, tax increases, the value of the dollar going down. And that's how you should be selling policies. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's really, really, what can you say? A perfect example where you can actually help people and add value to their life by making them more money, and they didn't even fucking knew that's, oh my god, I had that much of money.
Let me tell you
So
something. When you're a life insurance agent and you start getting deaths, I sold 1,800 clients over the years, right? Several hundred of those are annuities. Now, I sold annuities from the value of $10,000 all the way up to $2 million. My largest month was well over $400,000 doing that. That's what GatorMouth was created to do, in a manner of which it is like the Chat GPT of the insurance industry, right? So it's able to transition agents with the language right on the spot, and a 365, 24/7 coach at all times. It's an unbelievable technology that if I had this when I was coming up the ranks, it would have been incredible what I was able to do, because the questions that are asked are usually over the telephone saying, hey, let me see how many more discounts I can get you, Mr. and Mrs. Jones. But you're calling your manager and saying, what should I do? And these days we take that and we put that right into your hands. I already have it. How do I transition from final expense to annuity sales? It'll give you the language, 2 other options. I put 7 videos in there for training with quizzes. And then we have also created the GatorMouth lead system based upon my knowledge of what the value of leads should be. So you're selling policies and not just talking to prospects.
So that's perfect. So you have exactly explained what is GatorMouth and how it actually started right now. So the most important part is, like, Jason, what was the one result that a client can, or a insurance agent can expect from GatorMouth? What can he expect?
Very simply said, that's a great question. How to bring the value of what life insurance does at the click of a fingertips by asking it and becoming its friend, like you can too with Chat GPT. It's just created for the insurance industry again. But at the end of the day, it's going to give you my coaching. If I was sitting there and selling the policy, that's what it would be like. It's like having me closing your deals. You know what I mean?
Okay, so it's like an AI system which has been trained on you so that you help those agents to actually close more deals. Okay.
Right. Based upon all my knowledge, all my sales. I sold 1,800, but that doesn't include the failures I've had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where the learning curve comes in. And then when you have something like this, as a new agent coming into this industry, there is so much technology. There's so much you have to do. You have to be comfortable in your own skin. This is having a comfortability level. If you're doing telesales and you're just on the phone, that's a very simple strategy. They can't even see you typing into my AI. Yeah. So even if you're sitting in front of somebody, the comfortability of just saying, hey, let me see how many more discounts I can get you. Let me see what I can come up with. And then just typing in the question or the objection and getting the right rebuttal, along with 2 other options. If that rebuttal doesn't work, the GatorMouth system will align you with 2 other options. So if this one is unliked, you can go to these 2, or it will lead you to what to say in the next transition of the conversation. So it's just like a total walkthrough.
It becomes a perfect flow where the agent understands what exactly has to be done on a perfect scale level so that he can actually rebuttal
right now, the success of these agents has been incredible, and guaranteeing that they can sell their first. I'm going to guarantee that they sell their first annuity in 30 days, but a lot are illustrating annuities within 7. They're literally getting the illustration down. Yeah, it's huge. It's enormous.
That's actually one of the major questions is like our audience would like to really know that you have incredible value and you understand exactly what annuities and life insurance are. And they would like to exactly know, Jason, like, how did you get into sales originally? Like, what was the starting point?
Well, at age 15, I started Ferrero's Deck and window cleaning. I've never worked for anybody. I took that money. I old school guerrilla marketing.
You started like a king.
You know what I mean? And then I sold that company by age 21 for $125,000. transitioned into some other companies that I've owned, rental properties. I've literally taken some money from this industry too, and I got into rentals and land and things like that. But sales all started because I grew up in the city streets of Pittsburgh, and there was a lot of trouble in the streets. So I learned how to sell myself to protect myself too. I became a great mouthpiece if we got in trouble, you know. And just to go back, without those skills and knowledge, so I brought but the transition really came when I met mentors in this industry. I have worked with Andy Albright, Sean Mike, Tyler Reese, Simon Aries, Tommy Vina, insurance guys that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars today. You know what I mean? And I'm right underneath them. And that brought a lot of value. At age 33, I'm 50 years of age now. I started reading. So then I was taught that leaders are readers. And when I started getting that, like Frank Becker's How to Raise Yourself from Failure to Success in Selling, one of those books, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, things like that. So I was able to transition. I owned a personal training studio, very successful. I was in a car accident. I had enough money to last 2 years. And my girl came up to me and said, "What the hell are we going to do? We're running out of money." I go on Craigslist, I type in sales, and it comes up life insurance. Earn $250,000 a year selling life insurance. I said, okay, I'm sold. And that's where it all happened. I had several practice companies like everybody else. This will eliminate practice companies. I'm telling you, the failure is in the agent itself. Everyone's making money. You can go anywhere. You can go to AARP, New York Life, sell that product. You can sell one product. It doesn't matter. The prices are only $3 to $5 difference. So let's not say, hey, I have the more cost-effective way. The value of what this product does during life and at death and for contingents is what you need to be basing your sales on while using my above or below method of fitting it into the budget. So Harsh, hence, is the household income $5,000 above or below $5,000? You may say it's $6,000.
Yeah.
Out of that, can you guys save $300 a month? Are you saving $300 a month? Yes, we can save $300 a month. Okay, so you could survive on $5,700 a month, pay your bills, and you're saving $300. I just found the premium that I can use. They admitted they can save $300. I found my premium.
That's right.
So
they are saving. You're just taking the money and rotating it on a different side where you find.
And I made it simple to ask. I didn't say, what's the household budget? I said, is it? You can obviously look around and say, is it above or below $4,000 a month?
Yeah.
And it's very comfortable to them.
Very simple. Yeah, that's right. So more often, as you are one of the major gurus inside insurance industry, right? I would say you're a guru, of course.
No, that's fine. I like it.
But the point here is, if you see many different insurance agents right now who are just giving their exams and they're just barely passing or just trying to give their exam again, getting good marks and good results, and they finally become a life insurance agent, maybe in Dallas or in Florida or maybe in Oregon, anywhere. What is the one important mistake that they start with? And that's the first mistake that everyone does. What's the common mistake that they are facing, and how GatorMouth can actually solve that mistake?
Show me your schedule and I'll show you your future. You know what I mean? And within that is based on your activity is the leader of success. Your consistency in leading yourself. When your failure rate is high, you have to understand, commit to yourself, I'm going to fail. Go for no. You know what I mean? So all of that adds up to those yeses. You get paid so well, guys, that you don't really need to sell many. You need to talk to a lot of people, learn the scripts and stuff like that. But if I, get a script simplified and I say, Harsh, I'm Jason, you had requested some information on final expense life insurance. Do you remember doing that? And say, yes, that's a simple script. It's not 4 pages long. So I want to say that the undereducated is this. You don't know what value to bring. You don't know how to fit it into the premium. Most agents are asking, what can you afford, instead of telling them what they need. You go to a doctor, you don't say, hey, give me that prescription. That's what I want. He tells you exactly. And then you don't even know what the frickin', how many times you go to the ER and look at your bill. You know what I mean? And
I know.
So, we want to bring the value, understand what it's going to cost, but share with them the value of the product while you're alive and while you passed away. That's very important that you sell that product in that manner. You want to bring the value to the person paying for it, and then the owner of the policy, and then the value of the beneficiary, you know?
Okay, gotcha. So that's what it completely understands that where the insurance agents are actually lacking. But the
Yeah.
major concern comes with is like I've spoken to more than 1,500, 1,800 insurance agents, Jason,
Yes.
and everyone is actually really good. They want to make money. They're just trying to get started. They are not looking insurance as their business, but they're actually looking it as an escape from 9 to 5 that they're having, and
Yes.
just to
There we
make an
go.
additional buck for their
Yeah.
kids or their family, take them to Disneyland and have some fun in their life, right? So
Sure.
that's how
Absolutely.
people are looking at insurance like that. But the major question comes here is that when people are buying leads, actually,
Mm.
and they are understanding that, okay, these leads are good, but there are objections that people face when the lead is qualified and they are
Sure.
actually really hot, but
Yeah.
those leads actually do not convert, right? So, what is your take on this? Do we
Mm.
still have to pursue those leads, or do we just need to say to
Oh,
them, okay,
yeah,
goodbye?
absolutely. The pursuit of happiness is in the redial. I'm going to tell you the truth is that, guys, trust me on this. They don't remember you next week. So when you redial it, you know what I mean? Keep notes on it and suggestively keep the date and time that you called them and contacted them. And the objections are never the real objections. If you have a lead, they had a need. Can you bring them back to that and get them to feel the emotion of what it was like when they filled out the card or they typed in the information? It wasn't a mistake. Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to pursue that in a manner of which, hey, Harsh, you had requested information. How you doing on final expense life insurance? I'm just here to get you that information. I'm just here to confirm your address so I can get you that information. Or I'm here to just get you that quote. Take me 15 minutes. Let's get that out of the way. I already have it. Great. I'm here to tell you that 9 times out of 10, I will get you more. I could usually double the death benefit for sometimes half the price. I never know what you have. And let's just take a look at side by side comparison. You did request the information. I'm not cold calling you. So I could take, oh, yes, you did. Take a picture of it and text it to them, the lead itself. Direct mail
Okay.
takes all the question out of it. Once you go digital, you don't have a signature. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So direct mail to me is one of the best lead programs you can obviously have, along with utilizing referrals at the highest levels.
Okay. That's wonderful, actually. So one thing I would like to add over is that whenever I talk to my insurance guys and they say like, Harsh, whenever we call back them and they're like,
Sure.
I don't remember. That's the basic question, and that's the basic rebuttal that I get. So I
Yeah.
just generally tell them one thing like, hey, John, whenever you're speaking to Gabriel, just make sure that when you cut the call, before you just ask him, what's your favorite car or what's your favorite ice cream? So when you call back and you can just say to him, hey, Gabriel, do you want a chocolate ice cream? He's going to directly remember, okay, I spoke to this guy last week.
Yeah, absolutely. You
So
have to question. You have to put them back at the moment that they remember answering that question or putting back to filling out that information. Very
that's
simply.
right.
Some
That's
people
very
are just going
perfect.
to lay down and fall down for you and get the quotes, guys. That's what dialing is about. You got to be smart and consistency. You can dial 100 times. You could talk to 50 people. I have a strategy that has the leads that you order, the dials that you make, the talk tos that you had, the sets, the sits, and the sales. If you track that, I will be able to tell you where you are failing. And I have that for your audience. We can get that out to them. If they track that, I will lead them to success. So I talked to
That's
one, I have 100 leads. I dialed 100 times. I talked to 20 people, but I only set 5. So that tells me when you talk to somebody, your script is off setting appointments because you got 5 people
yeah.
to set. Now I sat with, they actually showed up. I set 5 appointments. Now at the date that I'm sitting with them, only 2 showed up and I only sold 1. You have trouble all through that. So we can track this, scientifically proven all these years, to help agents sell. For new agents, you must do this. And I'll tell you what, I'll change your life. I promise you.
That's a huge guarantee that you're giving, Jason. I really know, and you're gonna make that happen, man. I
Yeah,
really, really
absolutely.
know. So that's all. We understand what GatorMouth is and why we should be making sure that people are coming back to that moment where they have spoken to, like, specific insurance agent. And we also know that how GatorMouth is actually going to understand by you're going to look at the agent's schedule, and you're going to understand what their future is. But the major concern comes over is that how do you handle objections without you are sounding like you're pushing them, or you're just trying to bring them back. You
Well,
just don't need to sound pushy over there.
once you
So
have GatorMouth sales, my artificial intelligence, one, you have practiced enough times asking it the questions, so you are smooth. You're no longer reading off a sheet of paper, getting your objections and rebuttals. You have an
yeah,
artificial intelligence designed by me with 16 plus years of experience in objections and rebuttals. I've heard it all, and they are the same, but they're not the reality of what's going on with them. Okay. It's the value. They think that they understand, but they don't. You have to bring the value of the product to the table and understand, making it deliver for the owner of the policy. Nobody wants to spend money on something that they don't get value on, too.
yeah, that's right.
So you're telling me I have to die for somebody else to get value? You know what I mean? That's not hard unless you're really in love. You know what I mean? But I don't see that much.
I get that, because
The
sometimes
GatorMouth sales system in the objection and rebuttal system is going to cure all. You have no issues whatsoever. It's going to teach you what
that's
to say.
perfect. That's
It's
actually
always
perfect.
leading
So
you down the road. The GatorMouth sales system was designed for final expense, mortgage protection, life insurance sales, Medicare, and transitioning after that sale is completed to illustrating annuities. The language that I used all these years to sell $30 million in annuities over the years. Okay. That's
okay,
not like
that's
a record, but I did that seeded with final expense and mortgage protection leads. That's the difference between the guys that make $100 million and, my compensation level. That's a very high number to receive on an annual basis. So.
okay, that's perfect. So one of the major questions are being answered over here. But how do you understand that if a lead quality is high, but they are not able to convert it, so it becomes a low quality or a cheap lead, right? So how do you re-engage with those leads and actually make them high quality again? Because maximum people right now in America, they don't actually understand what exactly the insurance policy that they have.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
it's a duty of an insurance agent to make sure to give them enough value and
Yeah.
make sure they are getting good amount of coverage over there as well. So how do you tackle this specific question?
Well, if you've done, here's an idea that you could take some notes on this, guys, is that if you've already talked to somebody and you know that they have life insurance, you can call back later and just say, "Hi, Bob, this is Jason, the insurance agent. I'm here to do a policy review on the existing policy that you own. We have we have better products now and more cost effective, and they bring more value to you as the owner of the policy and to your beneficiaries. So I just wanted to make sure you have that information. So I'm just going to take the time to get you a nice quote here, and then we'll talk about whether that side by side comparison helps you." In the realm of not talking to somebody and knowing that they already have existing life insurance and taking an older lead and contacting them back, it's just the consistency of that. You can always hand that down, but the number one thing agents fail at is weekly lead order. You must structure yourself to consistently market your business. Okay.
Yep.
You have to do that. 20, 40 leads a week. I was paying $50 a pop for mortgage protection back in the day. Okay. So I'd sit with 20, sell 15 to 18, and at least 3 to 5 annuities out of that too. Every
That's actually
single
great,
week.
actually, because more of an agents right now, when you start paying for leads, there is a kind of a gamble that you take, that oh my god, this
Yeah,
lead
understood.
this
Right.
lead would convert or not, this lead
Yeah.
would respond to me or not.
Yeah.
But the situation right now in 2026 is that people are moving towards AI, and people are posting a lot on their Instagram, their Facebook, and their Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. So people are trying to build authority while talking on those social
But the
platforms.
bills start piling up.
Yeah,
So here's a goal that I've used for agents. This will help. If I use practice, so practice makes almost perfect. I will
yeah,
tell Harsh, I need you to get 3 friends and family members and tell them that you're in the insurance industry, that you're new, and you want to, you have to learn this. So your coach, your boss, is going to do a role play on one of your friends and family, and then you use the
okay.
friends and family to practice on while your upline sells a policy and finds voids, and it usually
That's
closes deals.
Yeah, that's one of the perfect ways that you are suggesting right now. Because as I see, more likely the people who are in the insurance industry right now, they more likely concentrate on the quantity rather than the quality itself.
You're
That's the
sitting on it. Let me tell you something. I had a window cleaning business, ceramic tile, personal training. I would tell my family about that, but people have a real issue going to friends and family and saying, I'm an insurance agent. Can I
yeah,
take a look at your policy? So when you use it as a practice session, then the belief is that it's a practice session, and it is. You really should do that with your upline. That's how you start. Prime America's a prime example of never using leads. Experior Financial, never using leads and just using that system. Universal Wealth, never using leads, using what's inside your bucket of people. Go through your cell phone. If you don't have 50 plus people inside there, you're lying to yourself. Okay.
yeah,
They're
that's
all
right.
practice sessions. I promise you, you're worth $10,000 right now and you just don't know it.
So let's take an example over here. So you are an agency owner who is actually making $50,000-$60,000 a month, okay, maybe $100,000.
Mhm.
So for those people specifically who are watching right now, what is your intake on that? Like, how should they structure their lead conversion
Mhm.
system so that they get maximum benefit out of those leads while converting it rather than wasting it somewhere?
Okay, so let's talk about time and day. When are most people home? Okay, so if we do this under the stipulations of time and day, there's companies out there that I work for that were dedicated to Mondays at 4 to 9.
Yeah,
But what are you doing? So I have 100 leads. I dialed them 100 times. Well, why didn't you dial them 300 times? This is the beginning stages of you getting educated and understanding that is your phone is a Jedi sword. And if you utilize it right, you become a damn ninja using that cell phone. You know what I mean? And
that's right.
changing up the telephone numbers too. Take your mom's phone, take your dad's phone, take your girlfriend's phone, change the cell phone numbers up. And also, you know what I mean? If you're no good at it, then like every other business I was no good at, I was only good at what I was good at, delegate it. Find a
Yeah,
business partner. Find somebody that can commit to your dials. The best solution for couples is that couples get involved together. 9 times out of 10, the wife is setting the appointments, handling the money, getting the
yeah,
leads, tracking it all while the husband is closing. And these days it's turned around, ladies. So don't get me wrong. I know the women are selling too, but using Saturday mornings. Okay. Don't be afraid of Saturday mornings. Commit to that. You go from 8 a.m. all the way to 12 noon. You will have Monday, Tuesday set up. And I used to set 4 days out. Now, for new agents, I only commit to 2, but I would grind them in, having them solicited and not well enough. Tell me what time we said, Harsh, that I'll be there on Monday. Tell me the time. It's at 2 p.m., Jason, you said. You wrote that down in your calendar and you'll tell your significant other, correct? Thank you. Have a nice day. I'll see you at 2 p.m. on Saturday or Monday, So I repeat it over and over
yeah.
again.
That's really good because that's how you try to trigger the person's memory on Monday, and
I
he
say it
needs to
5 times,
remember that.
you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I get them to repeat it back and they wrote it down. It's just you have to do that stuff, guys.
that's right. So one thing right now that's a good value.
Absolutely.
Agency owners who are actually insurance agency owners who are actually looking at this, please take notes. What is the one word which, when you speak from your mouth, you are a bad insurance agent or a
Mm.
bad salesperson? What's that one word?
I would, solutions is one of the words I would have to say, but your commitment to the consistency of failure to lead to success is what that. I mean, your commitment. That's a rough one because there's so many popping into my head. You know what I mean,
Can you just
but
tell me two or three? No, not one. Let's
I'd,
let's
I'd say learning the value,
Yeah.
have value, creating the need, and then failure.
Value, need, and failure. These three things.
You have to fail and you have to understand that in the beginning. Here's what I'm going to do. I understand I'm going to fail. I'm going to mess up. They can't hurt you through the phone. They might
Yeah.
MF you. They might hang up on you. That your job is to have activity until you do it. I thought of things, this is sick, but I'd say put a gun to my head. And if I don't set an appointment, you know what I mean? So, and you just have to think, if it was the worst case scenario, let's just say somebody told you that you could be a millionaire if you set that appointment. which is true, but you have to stay in the journey.
Yeah.
You can't get out of the journey because your fear is false evidence appearing real. Stay committed, stay consistent, and go sell policies. But don't forget, I've delivered on what I told you I was going to do. My coaching is inside the GatorMouth Sales Artificial Intelligence. It's going to allow you to learn 365, 24/7. And while you're sitting there in front of the prospect, you're able to get a client now because you have all the answers. GatorMouth Sales
Perfect.
AI.
That's more likely the perfect answer that I cannot add anything to it because it's so damn perfect and it is to the point that people can actually absorb it inside their mind and just keep it inside their head. So the next
So
question is,
unbelievable that I wish if I could turn life around, if I came into the industry today and I had this, the numbers would change instantly. It's so quick to give you the answers, and it's evolving too. I'm adding more. I'm learning more, guys. And when I learn more and I give you the right language, it's the right language because I outdow you. I outwork you. I talk to more people. I've been in the industry for a long time, and I've been doing sales for 35 years. I can tell you the truth that I can really change your life with this. This is the life-changing technology. It's awesome.
that's right. What is one of the most overrated advice, sales advice that insurance agents actually get? What is the most overrated advice? What is that in your mind? Because you have been into insurance for more than 35 years, and man, and the experience that you have, and you are still dialing, you are still outworking those people, the
Sure.
newbies who are just starting right now. What is that one
And mind
overrated
you,
advice?
it's harsh. I'm doing that because it's not like I have to do that, but it's because I want to stay with the times. So as
Yeah,
long as I'm committed to dialing and feeding my AI the right information, I'm with you along the journey. And I'm helping you evolve from my education of the past into where this is going into the future. So the
yeah,
AI has helped me be able to deliver more content faster and give it to you in the answer that you need at the moment you need it, right like that, just instantly,
yeah.
and then lead you to the next probably objection or you fulfilling the need, which is the language of sales. I create the need. So overly, I would say that basically people are basically what your managers are saying: smile and dial and recruit. You know what I mean? So if you
Yeah.
can't prove that you have numbers on the board, who the hell you want to work for you? You know what I mean? But it happens in the MLM industry. But if you're the agent that commits to yourself first, work harder on yourself more than anything else, and commit to getting that sale, smiling and dialing doesn't work. You have to create the resources that you need in marketing to do that. That's hence the education of training yourself to use what you already have to get the sales that you need to get the leads that will have you selling policies and not talking to prospects. So remember, go back to your family and friends and use practice. I do this for agents, by the way. So if the agents contact me, I will do the presentation for agents, and we come up with a deal that helps them sell policies using their family, friends, coworkers, and it's a practice session. I give them the
Yeah.
language on what to say, and we can even give them gift cards too. If you get a plastic gift card with $10 on it,
Okay.
hand it to somebody to show up for that meeting, they're going to show up.
You can actually get the Jason's phone number inside the description where you can actually contact this guy really fast and he can actually set those things for you because you are getting so much of value inside this and these values are so crazy. And if someone right now who wants to sell these values, they're going to sell it for more than a
Well, does
5,000,
anybody have
6,000
anybody to
dollars.
call right now? Let's do it. Let's dial. I can sell it now for you. But yeah,
That's
I close at a very high ratio. I have a good attitude. I understand what people, I understand how to create it. I know where it's going. And I can lead it back to what we need, which is the ultimate goal is to put money in your bank account while protecting Americans and people globally too.
That's actually right. That's really true. If someone wants to improve their sales starting from today, like a new insurance agent or maybe an experienced insurance agent who is not actually good at it,
Yeah.
so what would be the first thing that he should fix right now?
Probably your limited beliefs in the GatorMouth so far, but if you get the GatorMouth, you're going to have a lot of answers to all your questions. But for the expert agents, most of them are able to sell policies. I'll make it $30,000 a year, but you never sold an annuity. You're still limited annuities. You're sitting on a freaking gold mine that you're licensed for, that you've been educated to do. You don't need to learn the product. You don't even need to learn the carrier. You just need to learn the value of what these products bring to the table. What value do they bring to the table? So under that stipulation, for the expert agent that's selling final expense mortgage protection and life insurance at the highest levels, transitioning on that is another $1 million. You could literally have $1 million a year income just selling annuities today, and you're sitting on it. For the new agent, without question, it's the commitment to the education and commitment to the consistency of your calls, dials, sets, sits, talk tos, and things like that to get to your sales. You're going to fail. So be committed to that and understand that on the other side of failure is your success. But I've eliminated that and speeded this process up. So the GatouMouth Sales AI is eliminating so much for individuals. I mean, guys, come on. The price point that I'm asking for, I'm going to get you to, I want you at $10,000 a month if you're a new agent, minimally within the first 30 days. Okay. And I want illustrations of the first annuities, and it's been proven to work. It's proven. So,
Okay, that's right. That's one of the good things. New insurance agents who are watching right now and you're going to sign up for GatorMouth, I know that very well. You need to take this notes from Jason, because this guy actually knows more than me. I'll be very honest on this call itself, because his experience talks and it reflects when he speaks, right? And when the confidence and the experience reflects on the man's face and when he speaks towards it, it's going to be very much valuable itself, because the GatorMouth system itself is actually bringing so much of value inside it. And people are actually need to understand you are getting leads inside it. You are getting Jason, and you are getting the fucking Jason himself inside
right.
it.
I mean, you get me. So you get me sitting there selling the policies for you 365 days a year, 24/7. So when you're outside of the sales process, you're coaching. I'm coaching you. I'm also doing live coaching every Saturday, just like this. So we're going to commit to this, and we're going to do live coaching. I'm going to ask Q&As. I want the questions. I want you to go out, use the system, come back. Let's fix it. Okay. 30 days, commit to this. And I promise you, we will get you the numbers that you deserve that will take you a year to get to, sometimes 2 years. If you're a new agent, you better be committed to a lot of failure and a lot of downtime. But if you use this system, you're going to maximize sales strategy, systems, and plays, this playbook that is absolutely committed to success.
That's actually true, because GatorMouth itself, when Jason reached out to me, like maybe in November last year, and I was like, damn, this guy is really fast on working things. He just gave me his phone number on Messenger, and I remember like, oh, this guy wants me to call him. And I was so excited. I spoke to my teammate. His name is Gabriel, actually. And I told him like, hey, Gabe, look at this guy. And Gabe was like, Harsh, we need to talk to this guy. He's going to make a lot of money.
Been a fabulous journey with you, man. Every morning we talk, we're on different time zones, and it's just incredible. I have enjoyed this with you so much. I am so thankful that I met you, Harsh. Thank you so much for all that you do for us. I really thank you. My team at GatorMouth thanks you from the bottom of our heart, man. You've been just amazing. Thank you so much.
I appreciate that very much, man. I really appreciate that. But I'll tell you one thing itself, like apart from the GatorMouth, apart from insurance and everything, you have really been a good friend to me as well. Because being an insurance agent, it doesn't mean that you just need to bang on people's door and sell insurance to them and get your premium. It's about creating connections. It's about maintaining the relationship. It is about the belongingness that you create with your client. So whenever something goes wrong, he should be feeling, okay, I can call Jason. He apart from an insurance agent, he is my buddy. He's my good friend. So the connection that you are building with the people right now, it's absolutely fabulous.
Well, that's why I could pick up the phone and call any CEO at the top of these industries, of every big IMO owner that and get answers. And because I have kept committed to success in this industry. I have made failures in other things in my life, but this one I didn't screw up. I've stayed committed to success of others, because I know what it's like to be a new agent in this industry. It is a feeling of despair. It is a feeling of fear. It is a feeling that this isn't going to work. And I wanted to eliminate that. Hence, having the GatorMouth AI at your fingertips, in your pocket, 24/7, 365, and having me there at your beckoning call at all times to answer all the questions that you don't know that are going to pop up. Now you have the answers, guys, immediate answers. And then I committed it to giving you the secondary options along with where you should go next. your transition in the sale. It's
That's the most
unbelievable.
important part. Yeah, that's the
Absolutely.
most important part.
Because
Where
now
need
you
to
got the
transition.
answer, but then where do I go from here? Like, you know what I mean? So I've given you the answer on where to go next. You know what I mean? Absolutely phenomenal product.
Just like you are just predicting the future for them, right?
You got it. I'm a genie in the bottle, baby.
That's right. That's one of the greatest things that GatorMouth is actually providing,
It
because
really is.
that's one of the most important question, and the last and the final question that everyone wants to know, Jason, is like, where do they learn more about you, how they can find you, how they can text you, and how they can find GatorMouth? Because I've given the link in the description about GatorMouthSales.com,
Sure.
but they want to know more about you, and they want to understand what Jason is, and they want to know much more deeper about you so that they can build the same connection like
Well,
you
if
and me, right?
everybody's okay with it and they would like to have more coaching, I don't really commit to there is one-on-one coaching, but at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you don't need that. I'm going to commit a lot of time to any individual that gets the GatorMouth sales system has free. They can contact me anytime. Okay. I'm not
Yeah.
that big that I can't answer my phone. Okay. I will text me. And if you have any questions, let's go.
And trust me,
Let's
people, he
evolve this.
answered my
I
phone 2 a.m.
need
in the
your
morning.
help to evolve the GatorMouth into something special. I want to remind everybody that it's also an affiliate partnership also.
Yeah.
So when you become a GatorMouth partner, you also can earn from it. So if you're delivering that to other individuals, you can start building a downline of individuals that are using it too. And then I'll send you a check every single month. Okay. So the biggest thing is we're going to commit to having you every Saturday and probably 3 or 4 times a week scheduled around my existing schedule. And then you're going to see me also do it live with you. So if you need me to help you sell, help you dial, contact me and we'll get it started.
That's perfect. That's actually true. And I'll tell you one thing, everyone who's watching right now. Jason replies me in 2 a.m. in the morning, man. He's gonna reply you.
I hear that ding. I'm like, come on, dude. He's like, Charles says, Jason, get some sleep. I said, I fell asleep at 8 a.m., 8 p.m., but I'm ready.
That's right, because whenever I text him and he's the guy who replies me so quick, and I'm just worried, like, because he is so hardworking and he's so much bringing value to it. I'm just afraid sometimes, like, this guy would collapse in the meeting, like, okay, when you close something and he goes to sleep. I don't want that to happen. So
But
that's what
the good news is that it's happening and we're evolving. And I'll get more rest after I help. I want to help. I want to help these agents. I really want to help you. I ask you to get involved with the GatorMouth Sales AI. I will commit to your process of success, and we're going to eliminate failure fast. So if you commit to this coaching program, this is a coaching program built into an artificial intelligence. Remind you, I put 7 videos in there that educate you with quizzes. So you watch
you're
the
gonna put
videos.
more, right?
Yeah. Say it again,
Okay.
Harsh. What did you
You're
say?
gonna put more videos, right?
Absolutely. We're going to there is so much coming that I wanted to make sure that this beta, I want to say it's beta tested because it's selling like crazy already. But at the end of the day, I don't have anybody saying that they don't want to commit to this. I mean, they're the price points on your returns are 400%. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you're really okay. You're safe, guys. You know what I mean? It's a cell phone bill.
That's actually good, because that's what people want to know. Because when they are getting GatorMouth, they needs to be understand that, okay, this is the right thing we are going into, and we are gonna get it benefited. That is 400x out of it, and we should be committing to it. So that's just the most important part, where you are adding so much of value inside it, and that's what insurance agent would love more about itself. Because the point here is, if you're spending $1 and you're getting a return of $3, you're going to stay over there. You're going to play that game again and again.
I'm going to make sure that these individuals stay with me. I want you to evolve with this. I want this thing to go global, and it's very much so. It needs to be turned into different languages now, but it's really doing a phenomenal job. And as a coach for all these years, doing it from YouTube, Facebook, this and that, Zoom meetings, I am so proud of myself for being able to be the first artificial intelligence coach in the industry. So I applaud myself for that, okay?
I applaud you for it, really,
right?
Man. That's really right.
Let me tell you something, guys. That is committed to my failure and success along the 16-year journey, okay? Making millions and millions of dollars. And I have given that to you. I think that most of the people on here would be very satisfied with making their first sale, selling their first annuity. And a lot of people are going to be satisfied with a 6-figure income, period, a consistent one. So I'm also going to build a builder's model inside this. I'm going to teach you my systems of building an agency. But listen to this. Here, this is the greatest part. My agents that use GatorMouth are able to continue to sell while I coach your agents. Now there's no longer I have to coach your agents, or I have to trust my manager who doesn't know shit anyway, you know? And now you have the real deal. So you have the 24/7, 365 coach with your agents, and I'm sending you a check because you're committed to getting GatorMouth out to the world. And I really appreciate everybody's hard work and help to change this industry.
That's really good, man. That's one of the best things that I've ever heard, because you are an agent, you are learning, you are earning, you are referring to different people, you're getting checks as well. That's a combined package that we are given inside it. So, long story short, if I want to say it in one simple line, you agents, you actually need Jason and GatorMouth. Very simple. You actually need these two things in your life, because he has given so much and he have explained his valuable 45 minutes, man. If I calculate the value of his time, I need to fucking pay him 10 grand right now.
I'm not charging you for this, but I want people to understand that I am committed to you. I'm the guy that you don't play with. I mean, I'm really going to get you there. I'm going to make sure that this coaching is more than that. I even take care of people's health and fitness. There are people changing their lives because you get that agency belly. So I've given them nutritional guidelines, exercises to do. I have been notorious to do programs in the morning with a bunch of agents, waking them up under cold plunges and doing exercise routines with them. I am sick, and I am committed to committing to yourself to maximize the change inside you. And I want this to be fail-safe. So get the GatorMouth sales. I promise you that the coaching will come and you'll be able to deliver. I'll be able to deliver maximized results. And then I'm going to be there. I think we're going to do 11 a.m. every Saturday. So West Coast and East Coast can be involved. And then I will commit to some Q&As. If anybody has any questions now, feel free to ask until we end this.
No, we don't have any questions in the chat box, as I can see right now. But the point here is you have given everything right now, and that's the whole value of it. So I'll ping the GatorMouth website, and I'll ping your Facebook and your LinkedIn, rather than giving your personal phone number. I'll be smart over there. Let's agent contact you. Let them text you.
I don't have a problem with the cell phone as long as they text me. You know what I mean? But if you want to DM me on Facebook, that's great too. You know what I mean? And it's all about GatorMouth on there, and it's committed to that. And then we're going to have the YouTube channel up and rocking. Just wanted
today itself.
Yeah, right. So thank you very much for that, Harsh. And I want to thank Nick Early from Ace Systems. If you don't know, now you know. And I want to thank everybody that's been a part of this. Harsh's team, Adventures Media, absolutely phenomenal group of people that is committed to your success. Also, you cannot fail with this team, guys. Your success is guaranteed. I'm going to put a guarantee on them.
I appreciate that, man.
Harsh, is that we're going to also give money away. We're going to host some competitions. So I'm going to put up some stacks of cash. I want to see who does the best with GatorMouth and things like that. And we'll have different problems.
Let's go. When people hear money, they're going to come back. Yeah,
let's do it, guys. I am so happy that we did this today. And I want to say thank you to all you for showing up and taking your time today for me.
Really, man, I really appreciate that as well. And I will see you on next Saturday, everyone. And I hope you like this video, and like and share. You want to type hi to Jason right now itself, guys. GatorMouth is out there, and I'm very excited about it. Let's go.
GatorMouthsales.com. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate your time, man. I really, really
anytime
value it.
For you, my friend. Anytime, buddy.
And I make sure that you're going to make millions of dollars with this.
I know. Thank you. But I want everybody else to come along the journey too, man.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all says.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on, guys. And see you on next Saturday, guys. Bye-bye.